Welcome to this ultimate guide to the Mount Kilimanjaro climbing routes. With 7 established routes to choose from, you may wonder where to begin. Each has its own key features, pros and cons, and we discuss them here to help you decide which is right for you. We will then offer our own expert recommendations and share a selection of our 3 favorite Kilimanjaro routes and explain why. But before we break down the 7 Kilimanjaro routes individually, it's very important to understand what makes them different and the relevance of these differences to you. 4 key factors distinguish the routes on Kilimanjaro. 1 being acclimatization profile. Did you know that by the time you summit Mount Kilimanjaro, that the supply of oxygen in the air will have halved? Acclimatization is the process in which our bodies learn to cope with this new, harsher environment. Some routes help facilitate the acclimatization process better than others. 2 strategies in particular are really important. Climbing high during the day, then descending to sleep lower at night. And gaining altitude gradually in stages by spending time at each level, before progressing upwards. The routes that do not provide these opportunities suffer from higher rates of medical complications and turn-back-arounds. So unless you are a highly experienced altitude trekker, we recommend that you make this your number 1 consideration when choosing a Kilimanjaro route. The second distinguishing factor is character. Each route offers a unique journey up the mountain, with different highlights, campsites, and panoramic views. Some routes are more beautiful than others, some are less crowded, others feel more diverse in their plant life and terrain. 3. Duration of the trek. While Kilimanjaro can be climbed in as little as 5 days, a minimum of 7 days and ideally 8 or 9 offers a far better chance of reaching the summit. This is because every additional day on the mountain gives your body more chance to acclimatize. On a quick side note, from our experience with our clients, we recommend a minimum 8-day trek for any climbers over the age of 45. Here at Follow Alice, it is our mission to see our clients climb happily and safely, and this is the best way to achieve this for this age group. The 4th and final distinguishing factor is price. You will find that the price varies across the 7 Kilimanjaro routes. Why? Well, the longer the duration, the higher the cost. This is because every extra day on the mountain requires an extra day of supplies and salary for the crew. As a rule of thumb, each additional day costs between $200 to $300. In an ideal world, speed and cost should not be your primary consideration when choosing your route for Kilimanjaro. Remember that you are investing heavily in the trip of a lifetime, so any compromise should be taken carefully. But we are all human. We have to contend with time away from home or work and have to balance a budget. If you are lucky and none of this matters, then also great. But we understand that for many people, it will be about striking a sweet balance between these 4 factors. And that leads us to the 7 Kilimanjaro routes. We will be beginning with our least recommended and ending with our 3 favorites. 7. The Umbwe route is the shortest, steepest, and hardest Kilimanjaro route and our least favorite on the mountain. It lacks any real strengths or unique selling points for the average climber. The acclimatization profile is extremely poor, so we only recommend the Umbwe route for professional or seasoned trekkers who are seeking a difficult challenge above all else. 6. The Marangu is the oldest route and the only to offer dorm beds in basic hut accommodation. Because no heavy camping gear is required, it's a popular choice for budget operators running with limited resources. And with a short duration of only 5 or 6 days, the Marangu is the cheapest option on Mount Kilimanjaro. However, because you ascend and descend via the same path, the Marangu is prone to big crowds and offers less scenic variety than other routes. Some operators try to pitch the Marangu as the easiest way up the mountain, but this is misleading. While the ascent may appear steady, the opportunities to properly acclimatize are very limited. Many climbers are forced to turn back around on this route due to altitude sickness, so be very careful when considering it. As such, we only recommend the Marangu to climbers who really don't want to camp and require a shorter trek. 5. The Shira route is notable for having the highest starting elevation at 3,400 meters. It is a very beautiful scenic route offering some of the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets on Kilimanjaro. It's also less crowded than some of the more popular options. However, the high starting elevation offers poor acclimatization at the beginning of the climb, which can cause difficulties for less experienced trekkers. It's a shame that you also skip the gorgeous rainforest band at lower altitudes. As a result, we recommend the Shira for more seasoned high altitude trekkers or those who already live at high altitude. For the rest, we believe there are better, more balanced options. 4. The Rongai is the only route to begin from the north near the Kenyan border. It is characterized by a long, uncrowded journey through flat, open plains. It's less dramatic than other options, but still incredibly beautiful. And the gentle incline also means that the climb feels a little less strenuous than some alternatives. The lack of climb high, sleep low opportunities means that the acclimatization profile is quite average, so we strongly recommend the 7-day variation if you do pick it. Its remoteness can also make this route more expensive than other routes of the same duration. We recommend the Rongai route for climbers who want a more remote climb away from the crowds and who are interested in seeing both sides of the mountain. And finally, onto our 3 favorite Kilimanjaro routes. These have been selected for their shining characteristics and sweet all-round balance. And in third place, we have the Machame route. The Machame is by far the most popular route on the mountain and one of the most scenic and breathtaking. Climbers love the Machame route for its nice balance of immense beauty, diversity, and excellent acclimatization. It offers breathtaking views, gorgeous sunsets, and a rich variety of terrain throughout. It can be climbed safely and conveniently within a week, with the 7-day variation having one of the best acclimatization profiles on Mount Kilimanjaro. However, its popularity does come at a cost, with scattered crowds in the height of peak seasons. Over 50% of all climbers take this route, but undoubtedly for a good reason. Do note that the Machame route passes along the Barranco Wall, a moderately challenging, steep section of the trail. By no means is this a disadvantage or concern, as thousands of people of all ages and abilities climb it each year. And in fact, it's a very beautiful and exhilarating section of the trail. But for those who have an extreme fear of heights, you may want to research this a bit further. In conclusion, we recommend the Machame route for climbers who want a high chance of summiting, are up for the challenge, and don't mind a route that is slightly crowded. In second place, we have the Northern Circuit. The Northern Circuit is the longest route in both distance and days. Notably, it offers the best acclimatization profile of all 7 routes on Kilimanjaro, allowing you to climb with relative confidence. It is also one of the most beautiful and scenic routes on the mountain, but with the unique advantage of also being one of the most quiet. We absolutely love the seclusion and solitude found on the uncrowded northern slopes. And because of its length and acclimatization profile, it also offers a comparatively steadier, less strenuous pace than all other options. However, the long duration of the climb does make this one of the most expensive routes on the mountain. The Northern Circuit is the best option for those who want to maximize their chance of a successful summit. It is also the route we most recommend to climbers who are over the age of 45. But the Northern Circuit is much more than a safe option. It excels magnificently in every area and is simply one of the finest ways to experience Mount Kilimanjaro without question. And in number 1 spot, we have the Lemosho route. We think that the Lemosho is the most beautiful and striking route on Mount Kilimanjaro. It is a profoundly scenic and diverse trail, offering the chance to stay in some of the most spectacular campsites on Kilimanjaro, with some of the best sunrises and sunsets to boot. We love the untouched, wild start to the journey and enjoy how the scenery changes from day to day. We believe that it showcases the mountain's distinct climate zones most beautifully, and it's this diversity that really adds to the charm. In addition, it has one of the very best acclimatization profiles on Kilimanjaro, with plenty of climb high, sleep low opportunities, allowing you to climb with relative confidence and safety. It's not as quiet as some of the most peaceful routes, such as the Northern Circuit, but it is still regarded as relatively uncrowded, especially towards the beginning. And like the Machame route, it does pass along the Barranco Wall, so for anybody with a severe fear of heights, you may want to research this further. In conclusion, we happily recommend the Lemosho route to everyone, to climbers of all ages, experiences, and abilities. It's a route that is bursting with character and soul. It delivers brilliantly in every aspect and strikes a very, very sweet balance between all factors, and as a result, tops our shortlist. So there you have it, the A to Z. Are you aware that Follow Alice organizes climbs to Mount Kilimanjaro? Every year, we take hundreds of happy trekkers to the summit and back. We really strive to provide the absolute best experience on the mountain, and we're extremely proud of the wonderful feedback we continue to receive. If you like what you see, feel free to check out our website link in the description to take a peek at our departure dates and itineraries. And if and when you are ready, our friendly team is always on hand to discuss and offer their advice and expertise for a trip. We're here to help. This is Jess reporting from Follow Alice and the entire Tanzania team. Safe travels, everyone!